This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by Carly Skelly over Zoom. Carly, I'm going to ask you how you are, but I know how you are. But yeah, just talk to me kind of about these past couple of days and the experience of kind of knowing your fight with Amy Timlin is no longer going on.
Yeah, so I've only just got the news today. So this week's been like a really good week. Obviously, like the excitement's coming in because it's only a week away from the fight, and then literally getting that phone call today has just been gutting, really. For me, obviously, I've had this fight already on in October. I felt I won the fight there, that belt should have been mine, and I was getting the opportunity to go and get what was rightfully mine, and I've had that taken away from me again. So yeah, bit frustrated, but you know, it is what it is, and I'll stay ready. And
Carly, we've only so far seen your social media kind of reaction to it and your tweets to the fight being off. Can you just explain to people as to why, or what your knowledge is as to why the fight will no longer go ahead?
yeah, I've just actually received a message off somebody that Amy's put something up literally, I think about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, so basically she's got a hernia and she's been advised not to train. So yeah, not a lot of words.
Frustrating for yourself. How do you feel about it all currently, and how long does something kind of, in terms of setbacks, how long does it usually take until you can kind of move past it and start to look towards the next fight for yourself, whether that be next week or if you have to be pushed back to a later date?
So I'm trying to be dead optimistic. I'm going to be back in the gym tomorrow. I've still got sparring plans for this week, and I'm hoping Eddie Hearn can maybe get someone else in and keep me on the show. Fingers crossed. But you know, if not, I'll be ready for when they say that Amy's ready to get back into it. So I'll just hope for the best and stay ready.
That was my next question, Carly. Have you had any indication or any conversations yet with the Matchroom team about next week, and if you will still be appearing on the Avanisi and Kelly bill?
No, I think my manager, my team, they're trying to like push for me to maybe box somebody different on the show. Obviously, it won't be a title, but you know, just getting anybody in would be perfect just to keep me busy and keep me out there. But so far, no news as of yet. So we just have to wait and see.
I mean, with your camp heading into this original rematch with Amy, what were you working on in particular that was kind of different to what we saw in the first fight? Because the first fight was a razor close fight, ending with that split decision, of course. But what were you working on to kind of ensure that if the fight had reached the cards this time round, you would have come away more comfortably?
Yeah, so we've been sparring different kinds of style opponents in case we get like maybe a different Amy on the day, so that I'm versatile to box whatever comes at me at the night. And there's other things that we've been working on that which I'm not going to give too much away because obviously it's not happened as of yet. But I'm more than ready, fitter, stronger, more determined. Obviously, like I've said before, it was something that I believe should be mine anyways, that belt. So the determination and the fire is just growing inside me daily. And this, you know, another setback, it's frustrating, obviously, but it gives me that more fire in the belly for it.
When you reflect on the first fight, Carly, what's kind of your thoughts now, especially as so much time has passed by?
Yeah. Obviously I felt I'd won the fight during it, and I've gone back and watched it, and I still stick with that strongly. Obviously there's always things you can work on. So getting caught with silly shots maybe for about the rounds, and maybe not putting my foot down sooner, and putting that pressure on a little bit earlier on. I think I've said previously that the first time I've done a 10-round fight, so I think I've maybe held off a little bit, and that's stuff I've worked on to put that in the spars a lot earlier on, so that I'm more from foot, more forwards, more direct from the beginning. That's what I felt would have come this time round. But yeah, I'm always learning. I'm still quite new to the sport. I've only in boxing, probably been in it for 4 years or so. So I'm still learning all the time, still always getting better. So there's still more to come from me as well.
It was, the past 6 or 7 months when shows returned during the pandemic, they've certainly boosted the profile of not just for sport, but those who have been fighting. And to get the opportunity to get back out on the show that you did you feel that kind of it benefited your profile?
Yeah, 100%. So before this kind of pandemic had all started, my previous fights have been on smaller shows. I've had to do all the ticket selling, which is really, really difficult, trying to work and everything on top of that. So when I got the opportunity to find out I was fighting for the Commonwealth title, it was going to be on again a smaller show. When I got the news of what it was on, it was amazing. And since then, it's opened a lot of doors, a lot of opportunities for me. I think on that night, I think I'd done a lot of that. Like, I showed people who I was and what I was about, and I don't feel like people were expecting what they got. They thought Amy was, because she's signed to Dave Caldwell, she's going to be this matchroom prospect. She's going to win it, and she's going to go on to do this, that, and the other. I feel like I've taken that belief away from her and her team, possibly. And yet there's unfinished business there, and people now know who I am, and there's a lot of females in this country domestically. There's a lot of girls out there. So hopefully things will be rearranged for me and Amy. And if not, hopefully they'll get me on on with one of these other girls, because there's enough of us out there.
I mean, what were your original plans heading into this year? Aside from the rematch with Amy, what else did you look to or want to achieve for the remainder of 2021?
For 21, obviously I wanted to go and get this Commonwealth title. I wanted to go on to fight the likes of Rachel Ball, Shannon Courtenay, who were fighting for world titles. That's who I've got my eyes set on from going on from Amy. And yeah, basically just getting some titles under my belt, because obviously it's quite hard with the travelling at the minute with everything going on. So for me, for 2021 was to get that Commonwealth title and then go on and fight the winner of the Ball and Courtenay fight.
I mean, just a final thing on that before I do leave you to enjoy the rest of your evening. You mentioned the Ball Courtenay fight. What are your thoughts on it?
I've said a few times, I am torn. I can't even go with either. I thought the first fight was really close. I swayed to maybe Shannon during it, but when they give it to Rachel Ball, I was like, fair enough, because it was a very, very close fight. And I'm very torn. I'm interested to see who wins this next one, and more than happy to fight either of those girls as well. So,
well, Carly, I appreciate your time this evening. I understand that it's been a frustrating day for you, but hopefully you can still get out, if not next week, then on one of the upcoming shows. I will leave a final word to yourself, though, ahead of kind of when you are next back in the ring, for everybody who will continue to follow your journey this year. What would you like to say to them?
Who's that to? Sorry.
Just everybody in general.
Just everybody.
General public.
Just for everyone that's shown me the support so far, thank you. Keep your eyes peeled. This isn't the end. I'll be back out there and I'll be winning titles. And to all my sponsors, just a massive, massive thank you for all your support throughout the journey. It means the world to me.
Carly, it's been a pleasure to talk to you for the first time. I'm sure it will not be the last. Best of luck with kind of the coming months, and I hope to hear from some news for you very soon. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Thank you. Thanks for asking me on. I've enjoyed it.